the major topic of conversation that's always been in the last several months. Donald Trump. Is America happier right now with Donald Trump coming in office? New president popping in. People are going to be talking about that today. A lot of people are going to be chiming in, coming into the live stream. We're just starting the live right now, so we'll let a lot of people start coming in as we open up the gates for people to see that we're live on YouTube, the new vertical segment that they have. We're going to talk about that. Obviously, Democrats are upset. Is he making the Democrats look bad? Is Donald Trump making the Democrats look bad? That's what people are talking about lately. And we got a conversation with the military today. We're talking about people doing the Trump dance, athletes around the world, celebrities hitting the Trump dance. If you're coming to the chat right now, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, comment in the chat. Trump. If you voted for Trump, put Trump in the chat right now. If you voted for Harris, put Harris in the chat right now. I want to see what you guys think. Double tap the screen. We're going to dive into it today. We got a conversation. We're talking about, obviously, listen, we're talking about a lot about the movement, the massive movement. We're talking Donald Trump's movement. We're talking about what's really going on. Nathan in the building, just saw your message come in. Welcome to the live stream. Everybody coming in, hit that like button right now. Why are celebrities flipping the script, right? All these celebrities said, a lot of them said, oh my God, if Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. There's been like one person that's legit leaving the country after that. Most people are staying, right? Most people are staying. And now it's like, realistically, what's going on with the movement? You see John Jones fight, see him hitting a little Trump dance afterward. You're seeing NFL players hitting the Trump dance. You're seeing boxers talk about it, excited about Donald Trump being in office, talking about the new movement. We're talking about all the networks, even networks like CNN are giving Trump a little bit more, credibility, even like showing him a little love, more inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Say, look, Trump's doing it. Voters have shifted. They're excited about it. People, look, the vibe in the US is different right now. Jeff, what's going on in the building? We appreciate you coming to the chat. Everybody right now in the chat, put Trump or Harris, drop it in there right now. People are going to start coming in the building right now. We're going live tonight. We got some live guests that will come on the show. My boy Pete might join us on here. Vaughn might join us on here. Candy, good evening to you. Just sent you a message. Glad you're in here. Pops is in here too tonight. We're going to have a good time. There's going to be a lot of people coming in here. Just saying that right now. We're talking about all the people doing the freaking Trump dance out there, hitting that little dance everywhere you go. You put the TV on right now. Look at the highlights. You got athletes, NFL players, boxers, UFC fighters. John Jones got the belt and stood out there and said, talking to Elon Musk, talking to Trump, standing right next to the ring. Look, I'm just telling you, people right now are waking up more than ever. And the conversation right now, what we got to talk about is Joe Biden actually approved, and some people believe this is a good thing or bad thing. Joe Biden literally just approved Ukraine to use U.S. missiles against Russia. So think about that for a second, everybody. And I'm not saying I got a right or wrong answer. I'm just telling you right now that Joe Biden just approved Ukraine to use U.S. missiles to strike, like airstrikes against Russia. So what do you think Russia thinks about that right now? Tell me what you think Russia is thinking right now about that. If you're just coming into the chat right now, hit the like button, double tap it right now. Trump, Harris, let me know who you voted for. And look, the reason why this is so important right now is because America's having a lot of fun right now. If you look at all the events, you see what's going on, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, boxing, UFC, people are having a good time. You see them out there enjoying themselves for the first time in a while. People feel a little bit, excited about what's going on. So we're about to let some people come into the building right now. The numbers are going to start climbing up. If you're just coming to the chat right now, Trump or Harris, drop it in there right now. We're trying to see who voted for who. That's all. Get an understanding of who voted for who. And more importantly, look, the NFL, Vaughn's in the building, supposed to call in. We'll get him in here. Look, here's the thing. How do you feel about these athletes flipping the script, right? Flipping the script. Eric, what's going on? Eric in the live stream. We appreciate you coming in here tonight, 9 o'clock. We do our late conversation. We let people start coming to the building, having a good time. It's going to start growing in here. People having conversation. Talking again, if you're just joining us right now, we're talking about NFL athletes, NBA. We're talking about UFC. We're talking, MMA. We're talking boxing. Everybody flipping to Trump and doing the Trump dance. And at first it was like, Donald Trump, now people are starting to get a little vibe with Trump, starting to like what he's doing. Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, like showing the love and support. You see it growing. And I got to tell you, fighting fans, boxing fans, UFC fans, they are Trump supporters. He walks into the arena and this shit is electrifying. So what I'm saying right now, people that are coming into the building right now, things are starting to move in the right direction just for America in general. For America in general, people are starting to be excited about life. But here's the thing: before Trump even gets in office, right, come January, before he gets in office, and yeah, Candy, I appreciate that. Everyone that's coming into the chat right now, double tap. If you're watching on your phone right now, double tap the screen, hit that like button right now. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that right there. Hit that right there. Did what Barbara said? Did an NFL ban the Trump dance? I hope not. the Trump, the Trump dance is everywhere right now. Everywhere. The Trump dance is everywhere. He has a vibe right now. Trump has a vibe right now. Look, you can say whatever you want to say. You don't have to like everything he does. You don't gotta like if you think he's loud. You don't like him on Twitter. If you don't like how he or X, sorry. If you don't like him on there, if you don't like how he talks, if you don't like what he said, at the end of the day, the movement is real. The hype is real. This man's going to be in office, and people are pumped about it. And let me tell you, if you just joined us right now, Joe Biden. Did you guys see? Obviously, you probably did. Joe Biden just approved Ukraine to use U.S. missiles against Russia. So I'm telling you right now, World War III. If we go to World War III, boy, we do not want Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the office. We do not want that shit. Let me tell you right now. We need somebody in office that people are going to worry about. Look, I'm telling you right now, we need somebody in office that people are going to be worried about. Because look, if we have Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in there and World War III happens, shit, people are going to be concerned for the U.S. Let me tell you, we need powerful people. We need our military tough. We need people that are ready to. We need our military to be excited about who the commander in chief is in there. Like we need Donald Trump in there to be running the show, and then obviously we have our military. We have our troops. We have all the people that will run the military branch. But I'm just saying, like the generals and all that. But the vibe right now, people coming to the chat right now, we're talking about the vibe. We're talking about, look, if you're just joining us right now, we're about to have some live callers come in here. Everybody double tap the damn screen right now to hit the like button. If you're watching on your computer, hit that thumbs up button. But I think you got to double tap the screen. Let's get that boosted up right now because we're about to spread this across YouTube. You know what we do late night. We start to have a lot of people coming in here talking about some interesting conversation. And we got to do it. Barbara just said that they banned the Trump dance. I never heard that before. Is that really true? Did they really try to ban the Trump dance? I don't think that's actually true. Is that true? Because I'm seeing it everywhere right now. This is all you're seeing. Look, at every event, you put on football, you see a touchdown, you see that, you see a knockout. John Jones wins this fight, doing the same thing. Carlos in the building said 2024. He said Trump 2024 Orange Daddy's back. Yeah. Look, and then look, here's the thing, right? If you're coming in right now at the like button, get ready because I'm about to start calling some live people into the building that are going to be coming in. I believe Vaughn's going to be calling in. I believe Pete's calling in. Nathan, we're going to get Nathan to call in today. Anybody else that wants to call in today, let me know because I'll put your name down as people start coming to the chat right now. You're going to see it building up. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. What's going on? Stephen King said, guy looks just like a dude. Who looks just like a dude? So, look, at the end of the day, I got to tell you, who'd you vote? If you're in the chat right now, who'd you vote for? Trump or Harris? Drop it in the chat right now. We're going to get a little bit of emotion going in the live stream right now. Let me type it in there right now. Make sure that people know because we're about to let people in right now. Okay, Mark's in the building. What's going on, Mark? We appreciate you. We appreciate you coming to the live stream tonight. We're talking about the Trump dance right now. Your favorite redhead said, hey, it doesn't matter who you vote for. Someone will always take offense. It's not bad to vote. Just don't put all your faith in them. They will fail, but Jesus won't. Okay, like that. DJ, what's going on, DJ? You didn't vote? Hold on a minute, people. You're coming to the live stream right now. Did you vote? Yes or no? Who'd you vote for? We're talking about the vibe, the Trump dance. Everyone's seeing the Trump dance everywhere. This guy's got a massive movement going. Am I wrong right now? Miss Lex in the building. We appreciate you, Miss Lex, coming to the live stream at 9 o'clock tonight. You know, we appreciate you. DJ, you're Canadian? Canadian out there. We got, look, There's just a lot happening right now, people. And I got my glasses here lined up for the caller that calls in next. Barbara said, okay, CBS edited out Trump dance during a game. Okay. They're editing out my boy's Trump dance now. How about this? Did you guys see John Jones knockout? And you see how he got up there and everything was about Trump. Everything. He walked over there, talked to Dana White, talked to Trump, talked to Elon Musk, had the belt in the air, ready to go. Mike J in the building. How you feeling? Let's go. Mark Littleton said the country has woke up, not woke policy. If you're watching this right now, double tap the damn screen right now. Hit the like button. Let's freaking go. V, you want to call in? You got the link. Yvonne, you want to call in? Hit the link, call in. Blue Fox from the Bluegrass. Hey, from Kentucky. Who you got? Trump or Harris? Drop it in the chat right now. We're about to let some random people call into the chat, have a conversation, talking about the Trump dance. And then we're going to talk about, look, we're talking about Ukraine. We're talking about China. We're talking about what's going on out there because Joe Biden approving, U.S., approving Ukraine to use U.S. missiles. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I understand the situation. Like, we got to figure out what's going on out there in Russia and Ukraine. We got to figure it out because I know there's a situation that our country is at risk if Russia takes over Ukraine. I get it's confusing, but I think Trump in office trying to end the war, not to continue war, but to end wars is what the hell we really want. If you're watching right now, everybody in here, double tap the screen right now to hit that like button. If you're watching on the computer, hit that like button right now. We're talking about Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. We're talking about just the massive movement that people are starting to have, the vibe, right? Like the vibe that people are having is what I'm talking about. People, listen, everything can't be about the political major, like who's voted, who's this. It's about how the country is feeling as a whole. People are excited more than ever, if you ask me. Scott Norris said, impeach Biden now. Pop said Europe has to wake up and spend money on defense. That's true too. Like everybody's literally waiting on America to do something. Like they're waiting on America. If something happens to them, like, hey, America, we need help. Like I think people out there right now, literally other countries, Europe should be worried and they should be stepping up, getting ready to like put up or shut up and do the shit that we're trying to do, come together collectively with us. Because right now, that's what it's looking like. It looks like Joe Biden's like, we got to do something and spending more money on Ukraine to help them out. Ukraine needs, literally, the minute, if you think about this the right way, Russia has North Korean troops over there helping them out. They're going to be putting those troops at war. So think about this for a second. Think about that for a second. They start putting those people at war. And then guess what's going to happen? They're going to be like, well, America is supporting missiles to go over there and attack Russia. So what's that do? World War III, right? That's what we're talking about right now. Coming to the chat. That's what we're talking about. AA said, what vibe? Got to get the vibe up. Got to get the vibe up. I appreciate that. I appreciate the message. I appreciate that. Richard Mason, Pop said, drill, baby, drill. Look, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this. Why do you think all these people are starting to wake up now? Why do you think Hollywood celebrities out there were like, oh, if Trump gets in office, I'm out of here. Guess what? Most of those celebrities woke up and said, shit, this is actually a good deal right now. Like shit might get good right now, right? Things might get a lot better. That's the reality right now, people. I don't care who you voted for. I'll be honest. I'm just here to tell you that life is going to get really good here. The military is about to be stronger than ever. That's a big deal to us right now. That's a big deal. I got someone else who wants to call in right now, too. Vaughn, if you're watching it live right now, call in, Vaughn. You got the live link. Call in right now. Here we go. Hey, what'd you say? You can forget about World War III, obviously. You think so? Hold on. Hey, let me know what's going on. You don't think there's going to be a World War III? Vaughn's calling into the chat right now. Vaughn, hit it again. James, what's going on? James said energy, independence, and no wars. Life automatically better. I freaking agree with that shit, man. I agree with that. Hold on. Vaughn's trying to call in right now. Hit the link. We're getting ready to get a live caller into the building right now and have a conversation. We're talking about the Trump dance. We're talking about all the literally boxing, NFL, NBA, UFC, everything we're watching. You see literally interceptions happen in the NFL, people hitting the Trump dance. People are pretty excited about it. I'm just saying, I believe the vibe is right. I believe the vibe is right. I think people are starting to wake up a little bit. Troy Stokes said, can I tell you my favorite Matt Dillon story real briefly? Go ahead. Spit it out there. Let me see it going on right now. Let me see what's going on right now. I just seen a call come in. I tried to accept it. Devon Flowers trying to call into the chat right now. We tried to accept the call and it didn't work out. I don't know what happened. Tried to jump on there again, V. Hit that link. Pop into the live stream. Hold up. I don't see you. Hit it again, B. Hit it again. Devon Flowers out the call into the chat right now. Hit that link again. I seen it pop up and then it went away. Here we go. We got the screens up and running. Boom, boom. Let me see what's going on right now. Yeah, we're good. So look, at the end of the day, people coming into the live stream right now, who'd you vote for, Trump or Harris? Drop it in the chat. He's seen you guys voted for. And look, the major conversation tonight is the movement that Trump is bringing, the movement, the people. And here's the other thing I want to ask you guys that are watching this right now. When you look at how depressing, look, I know when you win or lose, when you lose, it's depressing. I don't care. I don't care if you're Democrats. I don't care if you're Republicans. When you lose, you're depressed. I get it. I get it. But immediately when Trump won last time, it was how do we get him impeached? How do we get him out of there? How about, it was immediately a whole bunch of shit. Like the guy came in trying to fight off battles that wasn't even literally in his own country, right? So that's here we go. Zippity bitch said it's the mini mic master. That's the mini mic. You see it right here, the mini mic. Payne said bowel movement. I don't know about the bowel movement. But I'll tell you this: the Democrats are not happy, boy. They are between the House, the Senate, the White House. Trump's putting together his whole panel. He's in there hiring people left and right, trying to make it happen. He's trying to make things happen before he even gets his ass in there. He's already talking to Putin on the phone, talking to, obviously Israel, Hamas, all these people trying to make things happen. And here's the biggest concern I think that the Democrats had was they focused so much on the woke movement. They focused on abortion. They focused on the policies that, yeah, it matters. Women's rights, it matters. It does. But they act like there was no women's rights when Trump was in there. I don't get that. This whole thing, how the conspiracy is that Trump's going to take away women's rights. I mean, just because the abortion conversation, that was what it was, right? And then meanwhile, Trump's focused on the economy. Trump's focused on the military. Trump's focusing on the border. Trump's focusing on all these things that obviously we want in our world to be excited about. Like that's what he's focusing on. And that's why he won the election. And that's why it was a freaking landslide. And now Democrats are saying that they think that that it was rigged. I mean, come on now. Aaron said the salt must flow. Let's go. Bruce said they focused on Trump. That is so damn true. What Bruce just said is so damn true. They focused on Trump the whole time. They didn't focus on real shit. They focused on how can they go at Donald Trump the whole time. And they didn't give policies. Kamala Harris gave no policies. Joe Biden gave no policies. I think Joe Biden was happy as shit that Trump won. I'll be honest. I thought he was happy about it. Let me read some of these messages, right? Barbara said, demo creating shadow cabinet. Laura said, Trump has a lot to do. Hope he has enough time. This is true. Steve said, you lying. What am I lying about, Steve? Let me know. Audrey said, you Mexican. No, I'm not Mexican. What am I lying about? Let us know in the chat right now. And who you voted for, everybody right now, as people start pouring into the chat right now. You're going to see a lot of people coming here right now. Put Trump or Harris, drop it in the chat right now. Everybody double tap the screen, hit that like button. We're going to start to get a movement in here and we're going to see the reality of what people actually believe today. Because always new people in the chat, new people coming in, new conversation. And what we're talking about, like literally, we're talking about World War III. Are we going to World War III? Are we going to World War III? People, oh, no, you're sitting at home on your couch. It's easy to say, no. I can tell you right now. That if you look at what's going on, Russia and Ukraine have been at war for years, and now obviously we've been helping them out with this. Now we're giving them missiles, long missiles outside of their border, outside of that, to hit Russian troops. North Korea has troops over there helping Russia. So I would tell you right now that that's the situation right now. No, Vaughn, I don't see it going through, Vaughn. Hold on, let me send it to you again. Hold on a second. Monica Franco's in the building. Bare knuckle fighter. We love having you in here. Let me tell you something, Monica. Hold on a second. Let me get the Vaughn right now. There we go. If anybody else wants to call into the live stream and talk with me tonight, this is a good time to do so because we're going to be sending the link out to random people to get in here and have a good time talking about some important conversation that we're having. Monica, you didn't choose, you didn't vote. Payne, Harris had plenty of policy planning. Trump had a concept of a plan. Okay, so Payne, what was give me a policy, Payne. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. P.S. What's that say? P.S. Chicky, how's it? Behold reveal. What is going on? What is going on out here in the live stream in the chat right now? Double tap the screen right now, guys. Look, all I'm saying is the vibe is out there. We got when I'm watching TV and I'm seeing white, I'm seeing black, I'm seeing Mexican, I'm seeing everything celebrating out there in the ring in all sports venues, and they're hitting a little Donald Trump dance. That's when, honestly, that's when you know that the world is starting to come together. Because first you can kind of say, are they making fun of it? And then it's like everybody's doing it, and then it's like the movement kicks in. Let's be honest, it's a movement, right? That's a movement. People are starting to understand. Here we go, Vaughn. Here you go, Vaughn, in the chat right now. What's going on, V? Did it pop you in? I just hit accept just now. Let me see. Yeah, it's in there. Devon Flowers, we just accepted your call. Where the hell you at? Press play said Kamala is not serving burgers and fries. I mean, Bruce, I love this chat. Please be nice to everyone. Look, in this chat, this is where you can go. This is a place you can go to have a good time. Hey, V, try to call in again. Try to call in again. Larissia Brown, how you doing? RB's in the building. NFL tries to ban Trump dance. What a joke. Like, yo, isn't it crazy, people? People in the chat right now, put Trump or Harris. Please let me know who you voted for. Why So Serious Gaming said every country said they were ready to talk to Trump and end war. That's what I'm saying. As soon as Trump stepped in the building, they were like, all right, we're going to take it easy for a little bit. Neptune, what's going on? Payne said, small business loans, mortgage help. Texas, what's going on? Look, first off, I appreciate you guys. We're about to start letting some people in the live stream right now. We got live callers coming in the building right now. And I know right now at 9 o'clock, this is the best time because people getting in here. They got the game on. Cowboys, I want to watch Cowboys game, but they're getting their ass beat here. And obviously, Dak Prescott's out for the season. Dak Prescott's out for the season. So we were talking about this. We were saying that Donald Trump should buy the Cowboys so they can make the Cowboys great again. That might be in the register right now. That might be in the register. Let me see. Monica said, hoping there is no war, but who really knows? This is reality. This is reality. V, what is going on with your phone, V Money? We got to get you to Devon. You got to restart your phone and hit that link again. We got to get you to we got to get you to here we go. Send invite link. Copy link. Bang. Here we go, Vaughn. People that are in the live stream right now, we're getting ready to start calling people into the chat, having conversation. So if you're in the live stream right now, double tap the screen, hit the like button. We're about to start having conversation right now. People that are coming in. Pops wants to come into the building and have conversation. We have to call him in. Hold on, I'll send you the link. Everyone, when you're coming in, just make sure that your service is good. Make sure that you have nothing in the back you don't want people to see, and make sure that we can see you. We will call you in and have conversation. I will not announce who you are if I know you. I will just talk to you directly. Mary said Harris doesn't give a rat's about Americans. Look, this is what I'm saying. What kind of policy could Kamala Harris even have? And I like that what was said in here in the chat. It was like she focused so much on Donald Trump, so much on hating on Donald Trump, so much on how this she forgot to give policies. And then when I talk to people, they're like, well, Trump doesn't have policy. Of course he has policy. He's doing everything opposite of them. He's lowering taxes, lowering interest rates, fixing the border crisis. That's the shit, fixing the shit in schools, the shit they're teaching. He's trying to end the wars. Ever since Kamala Harris, Joe Biden have been in office, it's been war city. Everywhere you go, people have war, problems. That's what's been going on. So what I'm saying right now, people coming to the chat, what I'm saying is this. Now that Trump wins the election, all of a sudden, why is it that all these people, right? All of these people now are trying to end the war. Hold up. Let me tell you something right now. I got something for y'all right now. Hold on a second. That's how I'm talking from now on in the chat, so I can let you guys know what's going on. How you guys in the building right now? Everybody, what state are you based in? Everybody, if you're watching this live right now, as more people about to start pouring into the chat, everybody put where you are based in the live stream right now. What state are you based in right now? And who did you vote for? Trump or Harris? Drop it in the chat right now. What's going on? See, Lucas said 6,000 credit for a couple having kids. $6,000 credit for a couple having kids. And that's one of the policies. That's the policy you're talking about. So just to get people to, That's the other thing too. See, look, it said 25,000 to buy a house. What are you talking about? She did have a policy. This is not a policy. Okay, let me tell you something. Everybody listen up for a second, because I got to give a little teaching session right now, and I love people coming into the building saying what they got to say. Just because Kamala Harris says she's going to give you $25,000, give you $6,000 on the credit and all that, do you realize all that is raising taxes, basically? Just raising taxes and giving money, raising taxes, giving money. That's all that really comes down to. How can she give out more money to random people? And people actually vote for Kamala Harris and vote for Democrats on a year, like every time there's an election, they vote for Democrats because they think they can get money. That's the only reason why. No one votes for Kamala Harris because she was going to help the economy. Everyone that I know that's voting for Kamala Harris is because they're going to get more money. And you could be honest. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting more money. I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm just saying that's the reality, right? That's the reality. Let me read some of these messages right now. Marina said, California, Trump. How's California doing? How's California doing? Oh, we got Ohio in the building. We got Nathan in Maine. We got Barbara in Tennessee. Here we go. Now you look Mexican. Monica said Utah, unfortunately, originally from Hawaii. Let's go. Okay. California for Trump. Okay, Aaron, damn straight. Texas for Trump. Hold on a second, guys. Drop your states in the chat. South Carolina. Did you see? Hold on a second. South Carolina stood up for Trump. Then you had North Carolina. You had Wisconsin. Listen, people. You had Michigan, Georgia, Pennsylvania. Look, people have to understand something. I hate when Kamala Harris gets up there and Kamala Harris goes, well, don't worry, America. We're going to help you out. We're going to fix this. She's talking to the least amount of people. Like, it was a landslide victory. Why would she get on there and say, don't worry, Americans. We're going to fix this for you. We got your back. How does she got your back? Most of the people voted for Donald Trump. So at the end of the day, they didn't want her there. That was the whole reason. And then people were like, oh, because she was black and she was a girl. Come on, man. That people love Candace Owens. Like, people will vote. Would you vote for Candace Owens? In the chat right now, do you guys know who Candace Owens is? Would you vote for Candace Owens? Like, that's what I'm saying right now. Would you vote for Candace Owens? Would you vote for Candace Owens if she was running for president? Because tell you this, J.D. Vance, and I've said this before, J.D. Vance has 4 years to learn from Donald Trump. If he learns from Donald Trump and he gets that little tough mentality, he is going to then have an opportunity to bring on Candace Owens. I see it coming, which could potentially be someone high up in office. Can you imagine Candace Owens, first black president? Just saying, it's a possibility. I'm not saying because she's a Republican. I'm saying because she says the shit that makes sense. When I hear someone say, oh, Kamala Harris has a lot of policies, but then they don't say anything, that's hard. That's hard. I mean, I don't get it. Let me read some of these messages right now. What's going on? Monica said she would vote. You would vote for Candace Owens. Okay. Butterfly. I don't know why they are so surprised that people chose economy over policy over celebrities shaking their butts. That's what I'm saying. Yo, how many celebrities were out there shaking their ass and doing all this for the rallies? Oh, put my glasses on for this so I can get this heated up. Listen, people, if you wanna run for president, you don't bring a bunch of people to it like a hip hop concert and twerking on stage. That's not how you get the vote. That's not how you get the white vote. That's not how you get the black vote. That's how you lose votes. And that's what they do. They don't understand that's why they got crushed and a landslide victory. And now Democrats are going to be upset for a long time because they don't have anybody to turn to right now. Nancy Pelosi, too old. Hillary Clinton, obviously not wanting to be there. She's not coming for president. Then you got Kamala Harris, just got crushed. Joe Biden, they turned his ass down. The Democrats got rid of their own person. Do you get what I'm saying, people? The Democrats literally got rid of their own person that they had. They literally took Joe Biden and shoved him in the back pocket. Do you know Joe Biden was so happy when Trump won the election? I never seen Joe Biden give such a good speech after that. Did you guys see what was going on with that? Did you guys see what was going on with that? Hold on a second. Let me read some messages on here. Art Lover. Bro, I'm baked. Just smoked a huge purple haze. What's going on? All right, I'll send you the link right now. Richard Mason's going to come into the chat. This is going to be good. Then 3 guys said, you guys are so brainwashed. Who's brainwashed? Let us know. AA said, we don't care about Hollywood. Monica Franco, oh my God, Art, love it. Smoke away. Smoke and bake. Okay, RB. I like Candace, proved Harris isn't black. That's true too. Payne, nobody would show up for the orange. What's going on in this chat right now? Okay, here, let's get a live caller in the chat right now. Let's get. Got nothing in the background you want people to see, and make sure we can see you. And we're gonna have conversation right now. We're gonna talk about some of the things that are going on. Make sure we can see you sitting there having conversation. We're gonna talk about the border. We're gonna talk about a lot of cool things right now. All right, here we go. Fox in the chat.
Hey.
What's going on over there?
I got something to say here now. Just a couple of things. One about the World War III, right? Coming again. 2 reasons it's not going to happen. Well, nothing's going to come near us for one thing. What separates us from Russia is Canada for number one.
What about these glasses, though?
You look Mexican now.
What about these ones? What about these ones?
You look like Brandon.
I'm going for Mexico.
Now you look Hawaiian.
So what's the situation? What we got?
So anyway, so getting back to this Trump stuff and all, I'm so glad he's in there. But at the end of the day, things have to be straight up. But when I sent in there about Europe has to wake up and start paying for their own way. You know what I mean? Europe has to take care of Europe. You know what I mean? United States, we take care of everybody. Not that we shouldn't take care of everybody, but we got to take care of ourselves. You know what I mean? So Europe should take care of Europe. And if we get this oil going, that will really actually put a damper on Russia with the oil, because we'll be selling that to Europe. You know what I mean? And we'll be making money off of that, selling it cheaper to them. They're going to make out better. And then Russia cannot hold it over Europe's head, because that's where they get their oil and stuff from. You know, and Russia's been screwing Europe for years and years and years.
You know what? What about the border?
The border, we have a lot of work to do on that. But really, the border has been like this for many, many years. I'm just saying, for 30 years. Kamala Harris didn't cause the problem, but she sure in hell didn't do anything about it. You know what I mean? And it's about time. I mean, I love all kinds of people, cultures. I love people coming in the country. That's great. But you come here legal and at least get a job. You know what I mean? Get a job and work, and not try to get this check until, when I get on my feet, and then that's 10 years down the road and you're still getting a check that the taxpayers are paying for, and it's ridiculous.
That's what people are saying in the chat right now. People are saying, oh, well, Kamala Harris, her policy was she was going to give us money.
The taxpayers are paying for that.
But that's what I don't understand when I get on here all the time and I'm talking about this. To me, I like my little microphone.
Yeah, it's I can't see it, but yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. The minute they say, what's the policy? The first Payne came in the chat right now, and he said, well, they said they were going to give us $6,000. They're going to give us $25,000 on a house, and that, like, the Democrats, year in and year out, their best bet is to offer all these voters money to vote for them. That's really all they talk about.
Yeah, if it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true, because somebody's paying for that. It's not free. You know what I mean? That's where people are misleading that way. You know what I mean?
And then they're giving all the immigrants tons of opportunities for housing, cell phones, money, like everything they got, jobs. And then we have our own people walking around homeless and don't have shit.
Yeah, you have 4 kids, right? They might not get a job because somebody else is here illegal and they're getting it, right? You know, it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? I mean, I'll throw them $5 here and there. You know what I mean? But
yeah, like helping is cool. Helping is fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But pouring in illegally, and that, listen, how about this? Trump's trying to deport. Trump is literally right now coming up with his scheme. Right? I don't know what this scheme's going to be. This is probably going to be the hardest situation, because and people in the chat right now, if you're coming into the live show right now, Trump or Harris, do you think he should deport people that are coming into the country? Look, how is he going to? And that's one thing I don't know. I know he'll help with the war situation. I know he's going to help with taxes and all the grocery, but How is he gonna go through this country and deport millions? Excuse me, millions of people. I find that to be a
A lot
little
of
tough.
planes, a lot of buses, and a lot of money.
Lots of
You know what I
money.
mean? And the same thing about the border too. I don't want to see women, children, husbands, anybody trying. I don't care if they're swimming, jumping, how they're getting there. Seriously, at the end of the day, no, I don't want to see them get hurt or something. But if you're not coming in the right way, you're not coming in. So don't try it. You're the one that's trying to do it. And you're doing it illegally, so it's your own damn fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like,
You know what I mean?
here's what bothers me. Here's what bothers me the most. Okay,
Hmm.
you have Trump, who now says, okay, all these people are here illegally and they should be gone. And then Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are like, we were trying to fix the border, but XYZ. If they're trying to fix the border, wouldn't they be on the same team to deport people? Like, wouldn't they want to deport all these people too, because they know they're here illegally, but they're not. They're saying they're fighting against him, trying to keep all the illegal people here. I find that to be very strange.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the reason, what I heard you say also, is that when they allowed to give those weapons to Ukraine, I don't think they really had they didn't really have well, in a sense, they really didn't have a choice. They should have did it a long time ago, my personal opinion. But again, we're paying for it, not Europe. We're paying for it. You know what I mean? But they got to end that war regardless, and they need help with it. But Russia, we shouldn't be worrying about Russia's invading Ukraine. So the last thing we should be worrying about is whether we're giving them ammunition, because really, they're the ones that are the idiots.
Hey, someone in the live stream said you look like Hunter Biden.
That's my brother.
He said,
Hey, let me
he
put my
said,
Mexican sunglasses on for a minute.
hey, they said who? Yo, Hunter Biden is looking really high tonight.
Well, I know that, but tell me something I don't know.
I looked over there. The Hunter Biden is in the live stream right now.
I died when when somebody put in there said, "Are you Mexican?"
I'm looking up this thing. How about this? So here's a question. Here's another question. I don't know how you feel about this, but in the schools, because like the major point of why I'm having this tonight, we always talk about different conversation. Well, same conversation, different pieces of why I brought this up. So today
Yeah.
we're talking about the vibe that Trump is getting. Everyone's doing the Trump dance. Everywhere you go, it's like
Hmm.
happiness is spreading everywhere. It's not just like whites. It's not blacks. It's
No, everybody's
everywhere.
excited. They're excited. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
people are pumped up, hitting the Trump dance and all that. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the football. I'm seeing it in boxing. I'm seeing it in UFC. I'm seeing it in whites, blacks. It's not like just white people doing the dance. It's
Yeah, yeah,
white
yeah,
people,
yeah.
black people, family. So what do you think the vibe in the country right now is? Just what? Just feeling like energetic? What?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's energetic because they want change. They want upbeat instead of the same old bullshit. And the one who's not happy is Pelosi. I know she's not happy right now. I can tell you that much. She's not doing the dance. She should be doing the dance walking out of there and not have to see her anymore. But at the end of the day,
Hey,
that's the
look.
Pelosi dance.
What I'm saying, you know what? Nancy Pelosi, Hillary
Hmm.
Clinton, Obama, right? Michelle
Hmm.
Obama, they have been there, and I feel like they've been there for so long, and they just won't go away. These are the only people, because they talk about a dictatorship. They keep saying, "Oh,
Hmm.
overseas." They're not leaving anywhere. When Trump was not in office, Trump was not in office. Like,
Yeah.
we're trying to get him back in. He wasn't there. He was gone. He wasn't answering. Obama, Michelle Obama, Nancy Pelosi, they are still giving orders in the office
Yeah,
somehow.
the Obamas, they made themselves look like idiots, and they really hurt the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Really, you know what I mean? They really did. They did harm to Harris. Really, they didn't help her. They did
No,
harm to
I
her.
agree.
You know what I
I think
mean?
they were. I think the Democrats. I think Kamala Harris was hurt from Obama and Joe Biden more than anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They definitely didn't help him. That's for sure.
And she had no speech. She had no. Everything was hard work is good work, and joy work is hard work, and it was just like such a weird. I couldn't really get her flow. And then again, she had zero policy. She got in there, she raised taxes, raised gas prices, raised everything, and then made everything difficult. Grocery bills, raised everything. Couldn't get gas at gas pumps. And
Hmm.
then she comes on there and she's running on a campaign just talking about how abortion and woke America, and not
Yeah,
looking at the
yeah.
economy.
Well, and she worked at McDonald's too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean?
What was the quote? It was like we can be unburdened by what has been.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
We are no longer unburdened by what has been because she is gone.
I just laugh how people are brainwashed about getting back to the free stuff. I'm not knocking the Democratic Party at all. I'm Republican. I always will be. But Democrats, they just like to give and give and give and give, and somebody's got to pay that bill. You know what I mean? And it just
Yeah.
cracks me up when people think, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get 20. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go vote. I'm going to get $25,000." But again, somebody's paying for it. So in the long run, you're going to pay more for that house anyway. It doesn't make any difference. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna put in the chat right now. Would you vote for a woman president? That's a question right now we got to ask because people think to this day, after the election or whatever, all this has happened, they're
Mhm.
still counting votes for other shit. They're saying people are like, well, because she was a woman, and Obama said that too. She was a woman, so you didn't want to vote for her. What? I think that is such bullshit. I think there are people out there that would probably say, you know what, I want a man in office, if especially going to war. Maybe you want a man in office,
Mhm.
but just because mentally, I think that would be a little stronger just mentally. But the reality is, I think people would have voted for her, more people, if she actually had policies and it wasn't about her being a woman. I think she just didn't say shit.
Absolutely. I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote for him because he's white. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And people, like I said, you can, like you said, you can like and dislike some of the things he says or does, or maybe not all of his policies or some of it. But at the end of the day, you have to vote for the best thing, say in your household, for your wife and kids, or in my case, myself, or whatever. You have to vote for what's going to be the best thing for you. You're the one that's voting. You're the one that makes the decision on who's going to be the next president. And that's people get away from that and they watch all this stuff on TV and they get brainwashed and about this $25,000 and I loved it about the borders, right? Kamala Harris said the border's been fine for the last 4 years. It's the worst it's been.
Oh
You
my
know what I mean?
god.
It's the worst it's been. At least how can I say um try to cover it up a little better. Not damn well she's never even been there and she's talking about the border and she's doing it, you know what I mean? It's just nonsense. You know what I mean?
And now that we have millions, I would say millions and millions of all these people in our country right now, right? Shit is
Hmm.
going bananas. We don't know. By the way, we have people coming to the chat again. I want to tell you, Monica Franco, bare knuckle fighter in the chat. We love having her in there. She's a bare knuckle fighter. We're trying to get conversation Conor McGregor to come into the live stream. So
Oh
once we
yeah.
get yeah, we're gonna get some cool people coming to the chat. So we do appreciate all our people that are joining us right now. If you're just joining us, what state are you in? Put in the chat right now what state you're based in. We always take a look at that. Put what state and put who you voted for, Trump or Harris. Here's what I was gonna say. When I look at, and someone just said in the chat, said, and I'll go back and read who it was, said, we want strength in office. Jim Conto said, we want strength in office. And I got to tell you, I agree with that. I think Joe Biden, for the Democrats to let him actually run the first time was weird. And now
Hmm.
to run the second time, knowing that he's damn near senile. And look, I'm not hating on him because he's older. We're all going to get there one day. We're all going to get
Hmm.
older. We're all going to do that. But
Absolutely.
so I'm not hating on that. I'm just saying, if they knew that he was so damn screwed up for so long,
Hmm.
why would they even remotely let him run for the second term? That's what's so strange. Like they know that he's all screwed up mentally, and they
Hmm.
still were like, you know what? That's the kind of decision making that the Democrats are going to make.
Well, that's what screwed them. And that's screwed. It came back to bite them for that. You know what I mean? That's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? I don't know. Biden, I'm sure, is a great guy. I don't know him personally, but I can tell you that his policies really stunk. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened. And it came back to bite the Democrats. That's for sure.
What about this woke America? What, like in the schools and stuff? Like they're talking about woke and what they're teaching our kids in school. It's just weird shit, right? Like, do you think they should teach people to be gay or straight or whatever in school? Don't you think they should just math, English, science?
Yes.
You know,
And I can tell you if it was when you were a kid, you and your mom, you would be being taught in the living room. You wouldn't be in school right now. You know what I mean? Because
right?
that's bullshit. You know what I mean? It's nonsense. And listen, I don't care what anybody is. I'm not by any reason. I don't really. Well, we all judge people, but I try not to. I work on that. It's a challenge I think for all of us sometimes. But at the end of the day, That stuff is not in for the school. I don't care if someone's gay, straight, whatever they are. It doesn't make any difference to me. But it's not going to be uh, the norm. Or we have to have these special bathrooms, and we have to have all these things. It's nonsense, and it's the liberal stuff. And I'm not knocking the liberals. It's just enough is enough. What's the next step? Well, I can go. I'm going to cut my head off, and I'm going to walk around with a monkey head on. You know what I mean? Or like the see
They
this thing.
yeah, they
I'm
have
going to be
girl.
a cat, or I'm going to be a dog, and it's okay. You know what I mean?
There was a kid that was in New Jersey, I think, another state too, that went to school and brought a litter box and said that he's a cat. He has to use a litter box.
I heard about that. Yeah, I did hear
And
about that.
they had to live by that. Like the teachers had to be like, okay, where's your litter box? And they had to professionally let this kid have a litter box in school. So
Mhm.
and then all the women in the chat right now, most people in the chat, I believe, voted for Trump, but we'll see. In the chat right now, all the beautiful ladies in the chat right now. Could we get some hearts in the chat right now? Let's see the girls in the chat. And all the guys, throw the hearts in the chat for them because they're hanging out with us tonight, having a good time. What I'm saying, all the girls that come in here, and they're talking
Mhm.
about women's rights and all that. Even the ones that voted for Kamala Harris are talking about women's rights.
Mhm.
I'm like, Trump is going to protect them, make sure that they don't have men walking in women's bathrooms, and you know
Yeah,
what I mean, like all this weird kind of Tennessee shit going on. And what bothered me was the whole time. What bothered me was when you see the unisex bathroom signs, it
I had
wasn't
to.
like it wasn't like one stall. Like it wasn't like how you have
Mhm.
those things. It's like anybody can use this bathroom, but there's only one thing. You go and lock the door. That's different.
Yeah.
People get confused when I say that because they'll say, "Oh yeah, it's just a bathroom you could go in." That's not what it was. This is a bathroom that a man could walk in, a woman at the same time could all walk in the bathroom. You could
Yes.
have a child, you could have a girl in there, and I use
Mhm.
child and then a man because I think it sounds a little more scary, but it could be a young boy and an older woman that walk in there. And I just
Mhm.
think none of that makes any sense that's how a bathroom should take place.
No, I had to hang signs for my job, transgenders for the bathroom. You know what I mean? I'm not judging people. I don't understand it. I'm not saying, okay, those people should be killed or something. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that, listen, it's the majority. That's, you know what I mean? It's the majority of, it's and maybe it's not norm or whatever, but normally it's the majority, I guess what you would call it. And that's what's going on. If you want to have green hair and you want to have black hair and you want to get rid of your breast and whatever you want to do. That's up to you if you want to do that. But I'd be damned if I want to pay for a taxpayer if you're going to do it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Kamala stuff, like these
prisoners.
guys in like
That's
in
the other
prison or something.
thing.
You know what I
That's the
mean?
other thing. She wants, and people in the live stream right now, I talk about this too, that Kamala Harris wanted, she can't now because she lost, thank God. She wanted to use our hard-earned money, and then they take our taxes anyway, and that money with taxes to pay for prisoner sex changes. That
Yeah.
is the craziest shit. And then for her to use that as a ad campaign is like
Hmm.
and I hate to say it because I don't know her personally, so but
Hmm.
I hate to say it, but she has to be dumb, or people that are running her
Well,
policy, running her campaigns have to be dumb if they think it makes any damn sense to have an ad. Even CNN posted it where it's like Kamala Harris wants to use our hard-earned tax money to fund
mhm.
prisoner sex changes. I find that to be the weirdest situation ever. Like, first off, why do they even need a sex change in prison? Number one, I mean,
Yeah.
that's awkward. And then number two, why the hell do we got to pay for that?
Well, it's ludicrous because the funniest thing is the people that are in prison, we're already paying for them, for their food and their clothes. You know, we're already paying for it. And
Right.
now, okay, maybe it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's a strange. I'm close to 60, and there's a lot of people older and younger. My mom's not going to be 92. I can imagine what she may think.
Huh.
Watching this stuff on TV and see, being 92 years old. Can you imagine what she's saying? I don't know. The world has definitely changed, but I want my money in my pocket. I ain't worried about some. If they want a sex change, let them pay for themselves.
Yeah. And then what we were talking about was when she got up there and she started talking, her speeches were like 10, 15 minutes. And
Hmm.
Trump would be up there for 2, 3 hours, flying. He'd be in Pennsylvania, almost got assassinated, several attempts on assassination. They
Hmm.
tried to impeach him so many times. They tried to put him in jail so many times. The man has fought through so much adversity. They put him up against the wall so many times. He stood up, he beat them. So
Hmm.
I personally think that the Democrats at this point are scared, like scared shitless, because they did everything they could, everything
Hmm.
they could, even with the media, with CNN and ABC,
Hmm.
MSNBC, and all these networks. and they still got crushed in a landslide victory from a guy who basically is a convict. The guy got arrested.
Yep.
And
Yep.
look, people make mistakes in life. I'm not like there's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with people make mistakes, and I don't think that's the problem. I just think that they try to portray him as
Hmm.
someone that he may or may not be, and through whatever reason, America just stood up this year because you probably saw a lot of crazy shit happening since you were
Hmm.
younger,
Hmm.
and now you see this shit, and everybody voted for Trump. What do you think about that?
Well, you have to remember, first you have to have common sense, and the people did realize it. Is he perfect? No, he's got all different kinds of ways, like we all do. But the main thing is he's the best candidate for us to take care of this country. You know what I mean? And that's it. Is his views different than yours or mine? Does he yell at his kid and swear? I'm just saying, for example, or doesn't swear? Does whatever? It doesn't make it at the end of the day. And that's again getting back to like these other countries and stuff. They don't need to be scared of us. You know what I mean? At all. There's not. That's not fear. It's just keep it in the back of your mind. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You can't. You ain't. We're not having that. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean?
yeah,
There's gonna be consequences, and that's the problem with this world. I had a lot of consequences I paid over the years. Most of my fault, but it's self-inflicted. But I learned from it. You know what I mean? And consequences. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean?
I think our military is the last question I'll ask you, and I'll let you go. I know you got to go. I feel
I
like
think you're
our
trying to throw me off. I'm going to stay
no,
on for a couple hours.
hey, hang out. What I'm saying is our military at this point more than ever, our military needs to get tough, get strong, get beefed up, and then keep our money in house. Stop spending it somewhere else.
Hmm.
Fund our shit, bring our stuff home, make sure people are strong and doing the damn thing here and not sending it everywhere else. And I think that with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in there in the next 4 years, we would have been a bankrupt military without shit here.
Hmm.
And a lot of people in here wouldn't want to go to the military. A lot of parents would never want their kids to go to the military. And I think that the major issue and concern is that we were going to go to war under their leadership. And now that Trump's going to get in, I feel like now it's time to beef up our military. It's time to, what you just said, not that they have to be scared of us every
Hmm.
single day, but they need to know if I press the wrong button,
Hmm.
America's going to come over
Yeah.
here and
It's the
shut shit
thought.
down.
It's in the back of their mind. I don't know what this guy's going to do. Remember what the guy did from North Korea? Remember when Trump was in? He was talking about pushing the nuclear button. Remember?
Yep.
It's the same thing. Not that it's not tit for tat. It's not to threaten somebody, but it's again not to be scared. But it's the thought. You have a consequence. If you're going to do that, there's going to be there's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? And that's what we're lacking. You know what I mean? We have to put more money into the military, of course. But I don't care myself about the other countries. I still say we're way far ahead of any of the other countries. And I know, like in the '80s, I remember being in high school and stuff, and I remember, and I'm saying like CIA and all that stuff, and I'm saying going to these other countries and having informants, all that stuff. We can go anywheres in the world. You know what I mean? And we're able to do that. Most other countries can't. What do you see? What do you see like China and Russia going to these other countries where we go and travel around? We're very good. I believe our military is better than any in this world.
Hey, listen, we appreciate that. We're getting ready to call Monica Franco, a fighter, into the chat right now. She wants to say something. I'm going to ask her about women's rights. I'm going to ask her about a lot of stuff in the chat. So make sure you pay attention right now.
All right, tell her I don't want to fight. All
See you soon.
right, love you.
Hey, listen, let's get whoever wants to call into the chat right now. I'm taking a look at it right now. Everyone in the building, everybody, yeah, hit that damn like button right now. We're talking about some big time shit in the chat right now that is so damn important. Monica, we'd love to get you in the chat. Monica, where are you at? Let's see if we get Monica that link. Monica, send me that direct message on Instagram right now. We got another caller coming into the building right now. Here we go, Monica. I just sent you the link. You can just click on it, and you can come into the chat right now, and you'll be live talking with me, having a good time. I am excited to hear what your take is on this. I think this is important conversation. Get a woman to come in and tell us how she's feeling about the live stream right now. And in the chat right now, everybody, before Monica comes in, everybody put Trump Harris shopping into the chat right now. as she gets ready to come into the live stream. And she has just been accepted to come into the chat. Monica, what's going
How's
on?
it?
What's going on?
Aloha, Brandon.
Aloha.
Nothing. Just another long day of training at the gym. Staying ready, staying focused.
I hear that. I hear that. Monica Franco in the house. Hey, listen. So, Monica, look, we're talking about this because I think this shit is so important, right? And we have a lot of people in our country. Obviously, I'm sports entertainment every single day. I love sports. This was a big part of our life, and I literally wanted to attend to this, and we had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views of people coming all over the place talking about this because our country really needs to make a decision, regardless if it was Trump or Harris. And you said you didn't vote. Tell us what your take on that was. Why didn't you vote? Why did you vote? Tell us, or why didn't you?
You
Sorry.
know, I just didn't feel like getting involved with all the dramatics, I guess. I don't know. I felt fine. This was my first time not voting ever, and I just didn't want to. I don't know. There's just such a big hype around it, and everybody's doing it, and I like to go against the grain and not do what everybody else is doing, I guess. But
Mm.
I mean, uh, I think the better candidate did win, regardless. I mean, I have a big gripe with the whole trans in women's sports. You know,
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that shit since you brought it up. Because okay, guys in the live stream right now, Monica Franco is a bare knuckle fighter. So here's the thing. I want to ask you this. Trump obviously would not approve of that, right? He would stop that.
yeah,
So Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, Obama, whatever the Democrats, they think that that's okay to have a man get in the ring with you and fight in bare knuckle fighting. That is on so many levels, and I'm not putting women down at all. I'm not saying women aren't tough. I think that you are bad to the bone. If you guys haven't seen Monica fight, you better go check it out. Literally follow her on Instagram and check her out. What I'm saying is this: how does Joe Biden and Kamala Harris go to sleep at night knowing that they believe that you should get into the ring and fight grown men? I mean, I don't see how that makes any sense.
it does not. I mean, I get it though because we're trying not to what I mean, we talk about this all the time in my Ohana. We don't want to like not include people, so why not make like some kind of trans league or something? I don't know. I mean, maybe they might have gripe about that because they think, they're real women or real men and want to be included, but in no way, shape, or form, it's just dangerous. You hear about this with other sports. I think there was like volleyball teams and stuff that a girl got like really hurt because that slam just went straight to her face and like busted her nose or her mouth or something like that. So
If
I
you
mean,
just
I
hold on, hold on, so let me cut you. If you're just joining us right now, we're talking to Monica right now. Obviously, we want her in the chat. Bare knuckle fighter in here talking about. A question is, why do you think Joe Biden, Kamala Harris are okay with with men, transgenders becoming women? I'm trying to say that respectfully, and now competing against women in women's sports. And we're not just talking about track and field. We're not just talking about volleyball. We're not just talking about ping pong or sports like that. You can play quates, you can do checkers, you can do chess, but fighting physical sports where
yeah,
you hit the opponent with force and inflict pain, men and women's sports. Monica, what
yeah.
would you do if you were trained? They said, "Hey, you got." I mean, I know you're a warrior. I get it. And I see you fighting, and just so you guys know, Monica will fight until she doesn't give a shit if she's getting stitches, staples. It don't matter if she's doing the shit out. I wish I had a picture to pull up right now. But what I'm saying is, what would you? Is that something that's going on? Do you hear about that could possibly happen? Or
Uh, I mean, fortunately for us, not yet. I mean, it hasn't trickled to BKFC or the UFC, from my understanding. I don't think it's trickled into combative sports, which is a really good thing. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't follow like all of the promotions, but as far as like um the bigger ones, that hasn't trickled in there, and thank God for that because it's just absolutely dangerous. I mean, it has nothing to do with knocking women. I mean, I am a woman, so it's like it's just dangerous. It's super dangerous, and
I
they're
don't.
And I don't understand what the push is on that. And I know I have friends who think otherwise, and they're entitled to think otherwise. And but I mean, regardless of if I don't know what their reasonings were about, like I don't know what their reasonings were for actually wanting trans to fight women or play. Because even if you reverse it, women can't hang with men. You can't put a I don't even know but you can't put the girl in there into like an NBA team and she's gonna flourish. No offense, it's just not gonna happen. Like it just doesn't work out no matter what. I mean, you look like a duck, you quack like a duck. You probably are a
Listen,
duck.
listen. Before you get off here, before you
Mhm.
head off, because we keep you in here. We got a guy on here that said if I had, it says if this dude had any balls, he'd let me call in. So we're gonna let him call in. And we're gonna hear what the hell he got to say. Before you go, can you tell me why Hawaii, by any chance that you would know, Hawaii, because you're born out in Hawaii, aloha. All the people from Hawaii have been so great. My question to you is, why is it that Hawaii is so democratic? Is it because connected to California right there? Not connected, literally connected, but being right off the tip of California there?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. We've always been democratic. I have no idea why. I really don't, because a lot of the people back home are like me, very level-headed, and so I don't know. Maybe it's our government that's fucking with it, more than
I
anything.
the reason why I ask is because you look on the map, Hawaii's blue. I mean, maybe maybe
Mhm.
maybe, maybe it's not as blue as they show it, but it's like, hey, Hawaii's all blue. So I have
Right.
a yeah, yeah. So they vote Democrat. So and then obviously California, and then California has all these problems, all these homeless people and shit. It's a big problem. And taxes are so high. And all this shit. People
Yeah.
are. I'm leaving California. All these celebrities are complaining
Yep.
about it, and then they vote Democrat anyway. It's like I don't get it. I'm,
They're
I'm just
fucking
saying
stupid.
I just don't understand it. I wish they could tell us the real reason so we could be like, oh, I
Sure.
get it. You know?
I mean, the real reason is probably corrupt government within the local systems. I mean, that's probably the real reason, because so many Hawaiian people have left our islands because it's so fucking expensive and our own locals can't afford it. We have Hawaiian people dying for their land that they never got because we don't know what's going on with the land. And you have to be a certain percentage to get the certain percentage of Hawaiian to get the land. And that was never written within the treaty or whatever. So I don't know. I just think it's a lot of corruption going on, and that's my take on that. Hawaii has a fucked government.
Hey, hey,
Yeah,
look,
man.
Monica, I appreciate you. We love
Yeah,
having you in
bro.
here. I'm looking forward to seeing you fight again. Hey, listen, when
Yeah.
you fight, I'm watching. Always send me the link.
Okay.
Always send me a message. Always keep in touch. We always
We'll
appreciate you.
do. We'll do. Shoots, bruh.
Let's
Good to
do it. And
talk
I'll
to
get you back
you.
in the live stream in the morning show.
Okay, sounds good.
All right,
Sounds
honey.
good.
Talk soon.
Shoots.
So, guys, we're live every day. I'm about to call Connor in the building right now. We're live every day in the morning at 10 a.m. We do the morning buzz now. Monday morning buzz. Tuesday morning buzz. We get it rock at nighttime, 9 o'clock p.m. We jump on there. We get live people calling in. We love anybody that wants to call into the chat. We're about to have you call in right now. Anybody that wants to call in, we're going to send it right now. Send me a direct message to Brandon Mason Show on Instagram. I'll send you the link right now. Connor, here we go. Connor, I believe Connor is a Democrat. We're going to have Connor call into it right now. Hey, got to keep the shades on, Paul. That's how I do it. Hey, and look, whoever wants to call in right now, I'm going to send you the link. So let's go. Connor, you want to call into the chat? Send me a direct message, Brandon Mason Show on Instagram. I'm going to send you the link right now. Guys, we're about to hear from a Democrat who's going to come into the chat right now and let us know. Give us the opinion. We want to hear about it. And this isn't a hate relationship. This is all love right now. This is getting the experience, understanding two sides. People giving us information so we can have that conversation. So we can make sure that we understand what's going on. And we look. I don't care what people say in the chat. I appreciate people coming in, letting us know how you feel. But in the chat right now, let's get the wave going right now because Connor's about to call in the chat right now. Everybody put Trump, put Harris, drop it in the chat right now. We're getting ready to call some people in here. I got the link right now. I'm getting ready to send it to you on Instagram. Did you send that message right now? Boom. Okay. Just sent the link to Connor. Connor's getting ready to call in right now and let us know what's going on. We'll hear what's going on. Paul said, I love America. We appreciate that. Coming to the chat. Latoya, how you feeling, Latoya? Nathan Candy, we appreciate you. All right, let's get this message right now from Connor because he's calling right now. We want to hear what he has to say about this conversation. I want you guys to respond to Connor's messages when he's talking so we can get a better understanding of what he's saying. We did send him the link just now. We're coming in, we're talking about a lot of things. Obviously, the smooth operator just came into the chat. We appreciate you coming into the building. Butterfly, we appreciate you too. Connor, we sent you the link. Where you at, man? We're waiting for you to come in. Connor said if I had any balls, I would send him the link. I sent the link. Where's he at? So we're gonna. I can't wait. Okay, here he comes right now. Here comes Connor coming to the chat right now. Connor, what's going on, man? How you doing, Connor? What's going on?
What's up, my friend? How are you?
What's going on? We appreciate you
How we
calling into
doing?
the chat.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you at least giving me the audience, and I know that I've been talking some shit in the chat for a couple minutes.
I love it.
And
I love it. I always love it.
Hey, man. I mean, I think we're cut from a similar cloth, and maybe we went slightly different paths. And I'd just like to, I guess, level set the meeting by saying that, first of all, I don't. I also agree that I don't believe that women should be in men's sports or vice versa. As a Democrat, I know that.
Where are you based at? Before we get into that, where are you based?
Well, I'm originally from outside of Philadelphia. I live just outside of Orlando nowadays.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, born and raised Pennsylvania in New Jersey, and then I moved, and I'm also in Florida. I'm in Miami. So great things in common so far.
See, that's what I mean. I didn't know that. I honestly just was scrolling and saw you, and I think there were a lot of different problems that the Democratic Party had in their attacking of the election, and I could definitely sit here and debate with you about, how many things went wrong, and I probably would agree with a lot of different points that you have to agree, or that we could agree with. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that women that transition to men or men that transition to women should be involved in the sport. But I think my point would be that I don't think it's really that big of an issue. I don't think that these are the things that we should be focused on as a country. I think that this small amount of people, it's a culture war, and I think we're getting hurt by the billionaires that are taking us to the bank as we continue to fight with each other about small things while they continue to bend us over.
Let me get this straight so people understand. People watching live right now, what you're saying is, so I make sure I understood it right, and I appreciate you. What you're saying is you believe that men, and again, we're talking about transgender. So you're saying
Sure.
that transgenders from men to women should be able to compete in women's sports.
No.
Okay.
No, that's where I draw the line. I think, and I apologize. This is my first live. I'm a little nervous. No, I think I honestly I don't give a fuck what people do with their own bodies or whatever. I think that the media has allowed us to form these kind of what's the right word? We've gotten into these echo chambers of where we believe and we only hear kind of a certain bias or a certain narrative that we want to hear. And I don't think it's that big of an issue. I don't think that the very, 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 very small amount of people that have transitioned that are competing in the other sex's sports or not their birth given sex, it's not an issue. It's really not. I don't think it matters. I don't think this has anything to do with the future of America. I don't think anybody really gives a fuck about it. And I think we need to be looking at more important issues, and I think we need to come together as Americans. Like the media has diverted us or divided us, and like, why do we care? Why do we care about this stuff? Like, how many instances have you seen of transgender people affecting sports?
Well, I don't think, and I like what you just said, is that that's not the biggest issue or the biggest policy. What I'm saying is this, though. I don't think Americans look at it like that. I think this is just another notch that people are like, how far are we going to take this? Like, because it's not just men and women's sports. It's not like, hey, running track and field. that, you know, that man was like literally not even getting a medal, not even near the stage. And then he goes to women's sports and he's getting first place and he's crushing it and he's winning by a mile. Like, it's like, then the family's
Agreed.
so proud of him, and the family's so proud of him. And I'm like, look, I'm so glad that he can compete. Maybe ran faster than me. Good for him. But the point is, when you have other people that are busting their ass to compete against men because you're biologically born a man, even if you don't feel like you're a man, you're still born a man. You got to, that's just the route that we got to take. So, and then, and I don't mean that in any kind of way. I'm just saying, I believe that that's the reality. And then when it comes to
Agreed.
bathrooms, right? Then we have tampons in boys' bathrooms, right? So this,
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying,
but hold on, can I stop you
yeah, go ahead.
just real quick? Where have you seen evidence of tampons in boys' bathrooms? I think the big thing that we all saw, and it was obviously, I mean, first of all, let me just say, thank God the election's over, just so we don't have to continue to hear all of this bullshit all the time. And it's nice to take a break a little bit from the incessant texts and calls and everything.
Yeah, agreed.
But so I'm happy for that. I'm glad that we're not getting hit by a hurricane right now. So also thankful for that. But in any case, the tampon Tim thing, which was, I think, the main rhetoric around it, was that basically was in Minnesota that Tim Walz had allowed feminine products to be in boys' bathrooms. I think that was where the main story came from.
Yeah.
And I think if you actually go into it and look at it, I don't think that really ever happened. I think there were multiple people from counties, from individual schools that said that that was not the case and that never happened. So, do I really think it matters if there are tampons in the boys' bathrooms or not? Do I think that there's going to be a young boy that sees a tampon in the bathroom and goes, I'm going to be transgender now? No. And also, did it ever really happen? I
So I'll
don't
tell you
think
this.
the evidence
So I do a live stream.
supports that.
Every morning at 10 a.m. Right. I have the morning buzz in the morning, and then I do a night cap, which is around 9 o'clock right now. Jump on here and have conversation every single day.
Can't wait to share one with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, and here's the thing. Again, and I agree with what you just said. Is that a big deal? It's just another notch that continues to go in a direction that it becomes a little unstable. Like, so if it was something where, hey, we're going to put this in the bathroom just in case someone has to use the bathroom that needs to use a tampon, fine. But what I'm saying is this: if you put it in a high school or you put it in a college, I don't think it's a big deal now. Why? Because those kids have already decided what they want to do in their own life. But when you put it, when you have, and this was seen, a guy online was walking through showing tampons in boys' bathrooms, so we saw that it was real. Is it in all the bathrooms across the country? No, but
because somebody showed it on media, is it real? Because that's the big point that I have, and the big issue that I have is that people continue to skew the narrative or to try and push an agenda when I think all they're trying to do is divide us and make us fight over issues that don't matter, when in reality, I believe that you and I, even though we might agree or disagree on anything politically, I think we're more akin and we're closer together than we actually believe, or we're led to believe. And I know that I could definitely have a beer with you and sit down and shoot the shit about anything. And I think at the end of the day, we would disagree on some things and we would agree on some things. And I think we'd be probably closer than people would lead us to believe. And my problem is that.
But who runs the media?
What?
I like what you just said, though. I agree
Billionaires.
100%. Huh?
Billionaires. I don't look at it as left and right. I don't look at it as liberal versus conservative. I look at that the billionaires have people in both camps, and they're continuing. The Democrats, if you really want to get into my belief, I think that the two-party system is fucked, and I don't like the Democrats. I think Nancy Pelosi is a criminal. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of problems. I think Joe Biden should have stepped out after his one term and should have allowed a Democratic process to nominate multiple different people. But I mean, I could unpack a lot of things. I don't want to take up and get off the topic too much. I think that there are some Democratic people, or that at least hang their hat on the Democratic name, that are probably more rational and logical than people would be led to believe.
Yeah, but you got to ask this question: who runs the media? Right, that's a question. So Here's how I dictate it. When you put on TV, when you have ABC, MSNBC, CNN, you can just keep on going, right? All those people on those platforms, 99% voting for Democrats, right?
Disagree.
And then you go,
and you also have no stats to back that up.
No, I'm saying the people that are speaking on there. So like, I'm not talking about people that. Well, I'm talking about like, okay, when they're up there talking, they're talking about Trump or whatever, and you can hear the connotation. Like you can hear in my voice when I talk about Trump or Harris, you can tell that I'm a Trump supporter. And
Sure.
and look, I'm white, black, and Spanish. I'm just cut. You know, I don't.
You're American, brother.
Yeah, I'm not picking off a race or you know, if you're your sex or whatever. It's not about that. This is about the pure reality of what I believe America is going to versus where it was. How I feel about the next generations of life. And what I think about it is, I look at all the media, CNN. They never talk bad about Kamala Harris until what you saw happen when Joe Biden got completely demolished in the debate. I think most people can agree to that, whether you're a Democrat or not. And they had to sit him down, right? CNN was like, it was a close debate. And then MSNBC, it was a close debate. You go to Fox, it was a blowout debate. And then you look at all the Democrats, it was pretty good. And because you have to be positive about who your candidate is, I get it. But if you look at the entire time, they crush Donald Trump on those networks. If I showed you CNN on a daily basis, they're not giving him any credit. CNN's again, and now they are. But for the last 4 years, it was zero credit. Did you see them giving him credit? Am I wrong?
But the point is that at the end of the day, the media is controlled by shareholders. It's controlled by money, and Donald Trump brings chaos. He brings ratings. He brings crazy headlines, and that's what they want. If you look at how many times Joe Biden, how many times was Joe Biden's age mentioned over the race? Thousands of times. He's unfit, and don't get me wrong, I don't disagree. Let's not mince words. That first debate was fucking brutal to watch. As somebody that was like, I kind of want to put my fucking hat in his corner. That was tough. But the amount of times since he dropped out, how many times was Donald Trump's age mentioned? Or his, Donald Trump is not this glowing beacon of sanity and saving the world that I think a lot of people have hung their hat on either. I think you got to play it fair on both ends. If Joe Biden is old and decrepit and fucked up, then also Donald Trump is way better than Biden is, mentally speaking. But I think there's also some questions as far as his mental validity as he gets into 78 years of age. And so
yeah, but is it age or what we're seeing? Like, so if Joe Biden was sharp between the ears and he was putting policies in play, I would start to be like, hey, he's getting up there. But it was his conversation. It was the way that he spoke. It was how he moved around and he was confused. And that's why I looked at it like that. If Trump got up there and he was confused, I'd be like, whoa. So, and then here's a question I got for you. When Trump left office, right, and he told us this, he said, look, they're going to raise your taxes, he's going to raise interest, all this stuff. And I'm not saying everything's about money, but I will say this. Without money,
it is. This is America, baby.
Yeah, without money, you don't have a lot of shit. So, and I'm not saying that you should rub anybody's face when you got money or not. But I will say, when they're in there and gas is up, taxes are up, interest is up, groceries are up, and it's like not coming down. Like they're going crazy on that. And Trump's like, when I get in, I'm bringing the shit back down. I bought my house at a 2.9 interest rate. I was bragging about it because I thought
2020.
Yeah, I was like, shit, this is great.
2021. Yeah, you missed it a little bit, but yeah.
And look, I have, and I tell people, I'm very honest with people on here. I would like to say that my house is very nice.
It looks nice. It looks fucking
and I
dope.
can't even,
yeah, for sure.
But the reason why I say that is because my house is several millions of dollars. But the point is, I would not have been able to buy this house under Kamala Harris's leadership.
That's bullshit.
I wouldn't have been able to afford it. I literally would not have been able to afford it.
That's such a dog shit argument, dude. It's such a dog shit argument.
But that's the reality.
That's not. That's the reality that you perceive. But
do we
really want to talk about?
The banks were not approving it. and they said, hey, wait, at 2.9, looking at your rate, and I'm not just talking about my rate. This is pure numbers.
But it's not pure numbers, because if you want to look at the end of the result, I mean, if we're going to talk about economic policy throughout history, do we want to talk about how Donald Trump's corporate windfall tax caused this inflationary period? And because it takes a little while for things to hit, do we want to talk about the economy that Trump inherited?
Let's just say that's true. That means that when Trump gets in office, he won't bring it down. That's the thing, because they're not bringing it down. So if Trump gets in right now,
okay, well, he's going to.
Right,
yeah,
so,
yeah,
okay,
he won.
So,
yeah.
Well, hopefully that they don't try to freaking assassinate his ass. So here's what
Well,
I'm saying.
The only people that tried to assassinate him were Republicans. Okay, so let's not mince things.
Hopefully,
okay.
Hopefully this man, for my sake.
Listen to us.
All right, so here's the situation. Because I like what you just said. You said,
dude, your teeth are so white, dude. I'm getting self-conscious. I'm sorry. God damn, dude. Fuck me.
But hold on a second, because what you said, this is something that is brought up by Democrats all the time. And I'm not saying no Republicans, I'm just saying Democrats say this. The economy right now is basically fucked because of Donald Trump. That's what is being said a lot of times. I'm not saying you, I'm saying you're saying that there was things that happened. So what I'm saying is this. If that's true, that would mean that when Donald Trump gets in office, he won't be able to bring it down because Kamala Harris can't do it. Joe Biden can't. The Bidenomics, to me, my opinion, is trash. So if Trump gets in office and he's a G like I think he is, he's going to bring the taxes down. He's going to bring interest rate down. He's going to bring the gas prices down. He's going to do all these things to give us the ability as Americans to live a little less strenuous financially. And then what I'm hearing you say is because of Donald Trump, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden stepped in office and they had a hard time. But that would mean that Trump wouldn't be able to fix it. But I think he will.
Well, I think we'll what's the I think we'll see, right? I think that.
Hey, by the way, I'm going to have you on this show a lot because I think you can add value. I think you can add a lot of value to this show because things that you say and how you say them, I can hear for the first time. I'm not saying everything. Put the cart before the horse. What I'm saying is there's certain things that you say that I'm like, okay, I'm starting to understand where you're going with this in certain instances because I want to hear your point of view. A lot of Democrats, I will tell you this wholeheartedly. A lot of Democrats, and they've been on the show before, and I've called them. By the way, these are my kids' class. And when I call them in,
give me a pair, dog.
They don't say anything, and they don't know. And when you see them out in public, they say, "Oh," and in the chat, we've had people. Kamala Harris is going to give us money. Obama's going to give us money. The black population, I could say that because I'm white and black, so I can kind of call it down.
Yeah, I'm pure white. I can't say shit. Yeah, I feel you.
And I can't. and I say it like it is. We have a lot of educated black people and a lot of uneducated black people, just like on both sides. But a lot of the uneducated black people that I speak to will say, they're going to give us money and we're going to get handouts and they're going to give back. That's what Kamala Harris, the Democrats, the administration, Joe Biden, they tend to go to handouts and a lot of celebrity appearances, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Eminem and Oprah and all this stuff and Cardi B and this is not my opinion. Cardi B, excellent music. She has her own thing going on. Whatever, she's phenomenal music.
Sure,
but to bring her on stage,
not my taste, but I can respect it.
You're right.
Put in work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But to bring her, God, I'm saying this, so I'm not hating on her music. To bring her to a political rally and reading off her phone, and people are like, "You don't even understand politics." And so that was the worst situation. And I'm not saying people don't make mistakes, but guerrilla, they're twerking at these rallies. You have all these little white Democrats that are voting for Kamala Harris, and they're seeing this black woman twerk on stage.
We got business to talk about. Look, I mean, I appreciate you even giving me the opportunity to come and speak more. And I think my point of coming on here, and I do apologize, I've been kind of reading the chat, and I did say some incendiary things, just so I could get noticed. I hope that you know that I don't know any of you in the chat, and I feel nothing towards you one way or the other, good or bad. I think at first, and I think the point that we've lost, and the point that I've been trying to make this entire time, is that I'm an American first, man. And while we disagree about things politically, like back in the day, people used to have debates about policies, and still at the end of the day knew that when it came to push came to shove, that I would go to war for you,
That's right.
and we'd be on the same team. And so the you know I don't want to get too much. I know we've gone far away from our original point of transgenders in sports, which, once again, I don't believe um, that people that transition should be able to compete at the highest level or in a high school level against, the other sex or the same sex or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I believe that the big problem is that money going into politics, billionaires going into politics, and billionaires going into media has caused us to put up our walls and go into these echo chambers where this communication that we're having right now, this conversation, has become almost unheard of, where we can both have a rational conversation and maybe find a middle ground, or at least come out of a conversation where we disagree about things and still understand a little bit better about each other's perspective. And I think at the end of the day, we're still living in the same country. These people are still going to be our neighbors. We might have put the signs away because the election's over, but the vitriol is still
True.
there. The hatred for our friends or our neighbors is still there. Like I roll around. I'm in St. Cloud, Florida, which is a pretty rural, more farm town, probably very, very heavy red
Super
town.
red.
And I still go to work with these motherfuckers. I still do business with these people. I still would invite them to the cookout at my house. I will still, you know what I mean, regardless of their political beliefs. And because the media and things have made it so polarized, man, people have lost friends. People have deleted one another off of social media. People will not go to cookouts or events, and that's not the way to heal. That's not the way to find a middle ground to where America is actually benefiting from it. So I don't know what the way is. I'm not a politician. I'm just a person with opinions, random dude online, but I care about America, and I care about my neighbors, and I care about you, and I care about people, and I just I want to get out of this without burning the whole fucking city to the ground. And I
You know
don't
what?
know
I can
how.
appreciate that. And we're getting off here in 2 minutes. I greatly appreciate you calling in. I hope that you subscribe to the
Yes, we're
channel.
lovers, and nobody wants us to know. That's correct. We're actually secretly lovers. Yeah.
I look. I hope that you subscribe to the show. I appreciate you. I hope that
I
you
will,
follow
if I'm
along.
not
Look,
already.
we do sports, entertainment. We do all kind of stuff, man. We got live guests calling in. You're gonna see some cool people on here. And I hope that you do. We're live every day. But what I want to tell you is this. The last question I have for you before you go. I think Kamala Harris focused on a lot of illegal immigrant stuff and throughout this thing, and then sex changes for prisoners. And I think she said, I'm gonna do this for people. I'm gonna do this for people.
Sure.
And I think in her motion of the rallies and her policies and all that, instead of her looking at, holy shit, we have a massive economic issue, which I believe is true, and we have a massive border, issue that America is really stressed about. She didn't really speak about that. And she went to women's rights and I think to get the women vote. And then people like Obama were trying to chase the black vote. And I think that they tried to chase votes instead of getting up there saying, look, I want to be the president for you because I'm going to do X, Y, Z, not for a race, not for a sex, or whatever, or who, or woke America, or whatever. Just tell us what you're going to do, because with that right there, America is going to thrive on those policies. And I don't think she did that. And I think that is where a lot of the black families and the Spanish families,
Latin. Yeah. Hmm.
and they said, wait a minute, she's not saying anything. We got to kind of go where we might live better financially and
Sure.
safety. So even though we're getting ready to sign off right now, I'd love to have you calling again, because I want to talk to you
Sure.
one day on here about the border and conversations about that. I would love to get into that conversation with you. Subscribe to the show. I have your Instagram now.
Will do.
We'll be in touch, and I look forward to having a conversation with you here again on here.
I appreciate it. Yeah. And once again, I think all of those questions, it was very, there's a lot of arguments and issues that I have with the way that Harris ran her campaign, the way that the Democrats in general have been trying to win elections for quite some time. And, it would take quite some time to really unpack and really have an educated argument about that. But I think for those of us that are well-rounded and educated, I think that once again, there's the left and there's the right, and then there's the truth somewhere in between. At least that's what I like to believe. And
Hey, real quick
so how
question for
can we
you.
get back to that?
Do you think this year that more this year the Spanish and African American community have been more vocal about that they actually did vote for Trump? Do you agree with that?
Vocally, I don't know. But I think if you look at the votes, I think everyone trended pretty far right. And I live in a dominant Puerto Rican area, and I'm not too far from Miami, which has obviously been Cuban and always leads a little right. I think what you pointed upon and is that they made identity politics such a big part of their thing and do not disenfranchise women and abortion rights and everything. And by focusing so much on college elites, which is where they spent a lot of their time campaigning and trying to deal with the intellectuals, so on and so forth, they abandoned most of America's working class and manufacturing class, which is the heart and soul of America. And that was really the biggest problem with their campaign, abandoning people that need support and just wanted to be told that they were cared about and that their opinion mattered.
I appreciate you, Connor. Look, I really appreciate you. I'm going here at nighttime, 9 to 10 p.m. In the morning, we're on at 10 a.m. live for the show. But at nighttime, 9 p.m., people tend to jump in here a lot. And depending on what we're talking about, there could be hundreds of people to thousands of people. It just goes up and down depending on the day. I really do appreciate you. I hope I see you tomorrow in the live stream.
Much love. Take care. Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Everybody, take care. As you can see, I mean, sometimes you can get on here, right, and you can have conversation, right? We have a live show in the mornings at 10 a.m. every single day. Tomorrow is the only day, people that are in here, Butterfly, see your message on here. The morning show live. It's 10 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What I'm saying is, so you guys hear me, tomorrow morning, we will not be live at 10 tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, we will not be live tomorrow morning. Guys, hear me. But tomorrow night, we'll be live right here again, having conversation. This is just a personal conversation we have on here. My morning show is completely different. Obviously, go back. Our morning show is way more spunk and more action-packed and all that, which is a lot more fun. So a lot more, and there's cameras and all kind of crazy shit. But for our nighttime, we jump on here and have this conversation right now, just so you guys know. Tomorrow morning, we will not be live in the morning, but tomorrow night, I'll be live right here, Butterfly. So I will see you tomorrow night right here. And then after that, heading into rest of the week, we'll be live in the morning, heading into Thanksgiving. We got a lot going on. I greatly appreciate you guys. All love and respect to everyone that comes here and hangs out with us. If you have not subscribed to the show, please remember to like and subscribe. We have some awesome live guests coming on here. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of conversation. And I wear these cool, fun glasses at times. I'm sitting here in a pajama suit because we have fun on here. But the reality is, in the morning, I put a suit on, and I get out there and have a good time, and I speak all kind of stuff. But at night, I'm gonna have fun and hang out with you guys and really get to know people that come into our live stream. And I will be traveling around. As you saw, even in some of our games, we had thousands of people in the live stream. I will be traveling around, seeing people, taking pictures with people, posting stuff. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. If you guys are in here right now, hit the like button, subscribe, and listen. If you're on social media, Brandon Mason Show, follow me. I'll follow you back on there. Brandon Mason Show, Instagram, Twitter. I will follow you right back. And get ready for some awesome entertainment, action-packed guests that'll be coming on our show. It is going to be unbelievable. We got artists, we have players, we have athletes, everything coming on here. So get ready for that as we get ready to expand our show. All love. I appreciate people, all the people that called in. I appreciate them. It is a no-hate zone. We do have fun. We talk shit on here, and we should do that. Everybody talk shit in the chat. It's a lot of fun. We do it. We make it fun. And at the end of the day, we sign off. We go to bed on it knowing that we care about people. All you guys, I'll talk to you soon. We appreciate everybody in the live stream. When I sign off right now, make sure all you go back and leave a message on this video. All love to you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys here.